So it's a new week, and we're gonna start with some Hades, and most likely die horribly. Let me get my bearings here. It was probably not a smart idea to have such a complete run and then stop right at the end. Let's see. Okay, explosions.
Loaded.
Ah, yeah. This build. Okay. I now have a very clear grasp of what this is. Good. Alright. It's always a bit worrying to start in the Temple of Styx, because this is late game stuff, you know? Can't exactly be too sloppy. And when I just get started, I usually am pretty sloppy. But that's why I bought the item that makes enemies drop sandwiches. This is where side hustle really becomes an incredible boon to have, because it's interesting in that it doesn't go by encounters, it goes by runes, which completely changes it. Because these things do not count as individual encounters, but they are individual runes. Oh, let me just quickly respond to a message there. There we go, sorry about that. highlyprofessionalstreamer.com. Yeah, it's interesting how such a seemingly... Oh, there it is.
The tiny vermin.
It's interesting how such a seemingly minor difference can completely change everything about it. Like it being per room instead of per encounter. You might not expect it to be such a big deal, but it absolutely is. Okay, I have Artemis' Call. It's better than nothing, but not by that much. Sorry, Artemis. Well, once upgraded, it can do some decent stuff.
I'm empty.
Yeah, okay, the special is going to be next to useless in this scenario. Like when surrounded, it's decent, but even then.
Thanatos. I got you.
Ooh, that is a nice attack, I have to say.
Picked up their scent.
There we go.
You don't scare me, tiny vermin. In the name of Hades.
Let's see, what do I have with knockaway effects? My basic attack. So extra damage to bosses on my basic attack could be good. But boss damage reduction could be good as well. Basically, do I go for the aggressive or for the more defensive? I guess not being stunned is really good against Hades and his annoying evil pots full of evil hands. Which is the best way I can describe that phase 2 attack he uses. Fish. There we go.
It's a Discover, all right. If I were a Satysack, where would I be?
I'll just do the usual and do the harder rooms first. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. I guess I just picked it because I had no other choices, but the one that puts a higher crit rate on the special is not all that impressive.
Should help keep me going.
Well, it's to contextualize, it is impressive if you, for example, have that aspect. I think that's Hera that lets you put all the that lets you. Wow, brain. That lets the special arrows follow the enemy. So basically, the last attacked enemy.
Get enough of this stuff.
Suppose we could consider it a mercy that we found it this early and just get on with it.
Here's the fee.
Hmm.
The hunt is on. Delicious.
Suppose, considering this isn't the greatest call there is, it's all the more important that we get to use it often.
Loss has. Bye for now, boy.
Oh boy, we're only a couple minutes in and I'm already dropping frames. There had better not be connection problems.
All right, this is it.
Our last exchange left much to be desired for my part, but this time we shall see.
Ooh, the encoder is giving the overloaded problem almost constantly.
Darkness.
Hopefully that won't keep happening. There's nothing more distracted than technical failures while you're trying to fight your dad. Oh boy.
You waste your strength. Darkness.
Yeah, I'm being very sloppy right now. Way too distracted. At least the arrows can knock the enemies down in one go. The skulls, that is. Whoa. I was hoping to deal with the minion right now.
Darkness got you.
You definitely did. I'm not using my cast, even though it's the whole point of this build.
Darkness.
Sometimes I really do wonder why. Whoa. Oh, I didn't kill it in one go that time. That was bad.
You see. Darkness.
They are as good as dead.
The gods of the hunt ought to know when to retreat.
Okay, marked. That's good.
Let's finish this.
Okay, I'm not doing as well as I should. I could actually lose if I... Exactly, if I'm that stupid.
Out of my sight.
Not now.
Oh, whoops. Probably should have waited for the greater call there. That's the only way we can make this call decent. Ugh. He says, using it up again. I guess I just assumed it was already full.
I have them in my sights.
Well, that was not the right target, but... Whoops, well, good thing I brought Skelly's Tooth this time.
Oh, this is it.
No! Oh, seriously? That was way too close, look at that.
Olympus gave you quite the edge against me then. There is no escape.
Well, that really gets the ticker going. Whew.
In the name of Hades.
Death Defier, indeed, indeed.
Found you.
Wow. That was an incredibly sloppy performance, but I somehow made it anyway, with a bare C-.
Imagine that Prince Zagreus experiences some sort of joyous outcome for a change, in contrast to the arbitrary and unfortunately painful death he shall experience now. No!
I guess that's just the way it is.
I'm back. Huh. Go forth, lad.
Your reports have been much more punctual of late, Hypnos. That is to be expected. However, the illustrated edges, a clever detail, ensures certain reports are easily procured from a stack of parchment.
Oh, thanks, Master. Glad you like those. Ever since Thanatos made pretty clear to me I was about to lose my job, I started keeping a list of my own tasks, which I sort through each day, deciding on priority, estimating time to completion, cost-benefit analysis.
Yes, well, certainly then you have a number of such tasks requiring your attention. Continue working diligently then.
Okay.
Well, well, things are improving, it would seem.
Oh, Zagreus, how wonderful to see you once again.
I have to ask you something, Nyx. What is this debt you owe my father anyway? Forgive my eavesdropping, it's just... I heard the two of you discussing things, and it came up.
I was here long before your father. The responsibility to govern fell to me. Yet, I could not manage on my own. I shape the darkness, ensure the integrity of the domain. I am less prone to census-taking and administering rules. I receded from such responsibilities.
It was too much even for you. So, when father arrived, you welcomed him? He helped?
I was quite skeptical of him at first. I thought his presence merely a cruel trick of fate. But he worked diligently from the start. Soon there was order where once there was none. I fashioned this house for him, and I maintain it still. We remain in partnership, in interdependency.
He's never taken advantage of you? Of your generosity?
No, child. He has not. He can be short with me, as you have seen, but that is the extent of it. We have found ways to reconcile disagreements. Though, your relationship with him, it is more complicated than my own, I fear.
You can say that again.
I'm sure we can reconcile our disagreements all the same.
Hope my little cottage on the coast is holding up.
Take care, Mother.
Right. Surprising amount of exclamation point conversations
You
here.
and Thanatos don't work together much anymore, do you, Meg?
No, though he still brings me my assignments every now and then.
Oathbreakers, traitors, and the like. Sending them straight to Tartarus, huh? Must be quite an experience going from living and breathing to being dead to being whisked off by Thanatos straight to you and your whip.
If that's not the experience mortals are looking for, they need only keep their oaths and not betray the ones they're closest to. It's not that hard.
You'd think.
You
No
think.
sign of do so.
Hey, check it out. It's really him.
Here's the latest cat chef.
Well, that was disappointing. I guess we'll have to check our list of prophecies to see what we'll do next.
Everybody hanging in there, I take it?
I don't even 100% remember what I was trying to achieve with that last run. That's kind of awkward to say, but it's true. I was hoping... Oh, right. I was hoping to, 1, find this, and 2, find that, and I found neither. So, that's disappointing, to say the least. This is just a matter of getting all the aspects, and we are missing 4 of them still. Missing 1, missing 1, missing 1. I don't trust Stubborn Defiance unless I'm having a really good run.
Let's have a look at the old fated list.
I guess we could try the Exegriff again. Yeah, there genuinely isn't all that much. I guess we could also just try to go for 32 heat again and just bash our head against that particular wall for a little while. Need to check out that one. Oh, hey, you have something to say.
Skelly, did you tell Charon and Hermes about our little conversation from before? About your sources? Because I didn't tell them, but they seem to know.
Boy, yo, thought we agreed we weren't gonna be having conversations on this subject from here on. Spares me having to spill my guts with my sources later.
I didn't get you into too much trouble, did I?
If you did, pal, I would not be here right now.
Alright, well, it seems like the gun is the fated choice. The rail, fine. You can call it whatever you like. We need to unlock this anyway, but should we? I mean, just the next shot being empowered is not that impressive. But...
Grant me the aspect of Hestia.
Okay, I guess we'll do the same thing again. We'll search for the spread fire, and we'll also try to get that chaos boon again.
Alright, I'm back.
Suppose we can bring... whichever one we want. I really liked this one. It takes a while to set off, but it's good to destroy a whole crowd of enemies. Like, this one hits one enemy really hard and kind of goes on from there. But I like Shady the most. see. How high heat do we need? Heat 4 is enough. Okay. I guess we'll do one more run like this. Actually, let's add one more just so we're up to heat 5, just in case. I'm not sure if I rate the rail as being very good for quick runs, but I need to practice with speed, so. And this will allow me to do the Erebus gates in Tartarus, so.
Oi, nephew, it's excellent to see you.
Fine, let's take the cast.
Well, here goes nothing.
Well, there's that Erebus gate. Let's see if we can make it through.
One scratch and all your efforts will be lost.
Oh, I hate these things and their laser beams. And their... Yeah, they definitely designed these rooms to be difficult to deal with. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't get a good reward out of it, I suppose.
All right, I've seen enough.
Yes.
Alright, sure. I like how disappointed Hades is if you win an Erebus gate. Alright, I've seen enough. And I like how, although it is very mean, his laugh when you lose is kind of funny, I have to be honest. That's a good one, but I really want the spread, if possible. Ah, chaos. Perfect. Is it just gonna be a thing though where I keep running into exactly the boons and people I want, but then nothing actually happens? Like for example, I can be happy I'm running into chaos for sure, but
Let's check on Master Chaos.
it's not gonna matter unless they actually give me you do indeed. It's not gonna matter unless the legendary one is in there. Or dare.
What else?
The knockaway might actually be kind of bad. Bad for this weapon because you actually want enemies to be in its blast radius when it lands, right? Anyway, unless something comes up, so I'm not gonna lock myself completely into this, but unless something comes up, I'll see about trying another 32 heat run after this. Depends a bit on how long this one takes, you know? Oh, there's another one. Yeah, it's almost just a smart move to keep firing that thing off constantly. Yeah, if I see a replacement for the special, I might actually go for it.
Let's go sneak.
Oh my. Considering how low heat this is, I am taking some serious damage.
Takes care of that.
Well, if it isn't the one and only rail of adamant in your possession there, to strike one's enemies.
Suppose I should take the aid now that I can. Though I don't really like having one that doesn't make me invulnerable, it's still better than nothing. Any call is a call.
Got a bite. Got me a knucklehead.
Might have to think about bringing in Sisyphus in this encounter to get some health back. Or maybe I'll just be brave and stupid. It's a pretty nice welcome to have them appear and immediately get absolutely blasted.
Look what I found.
Okay, had to do it.
What again?
Big time waster, but hopefully it won't matter.
Idiots.
Nice.
Okay, moving swiftly on then. I'm not sure what I should hope for, or should I run into the Daedalus Hammer again? On the one hand, having that other attack that also makes each bomb into 5 smaller bombs, or the one that makes the bomb 300% damage. Those are both really good, but I probably need something a bit more... Well, to basically get to the point, what I need is the Fated Choice, not stuff that is useful per se. Oh, that was a waste. Yeah, the next shot being empowered is such a small difference compared to some of the other aspects. Like, it's not like it's terrible or anything, it's just so mundane. Like, I really like those elements that completely change the game up. Let's see here. Suppose we should make sure our cast does some good damage. Oh, the timer is ticking. Shouldn't be meandering too much.
Not yet. I'm out. I'll take it.
Fine. Anything that increases the DPS a bit. Also, extra blood means extra aspects, means extra progress towards that particular thing.
Erin's ready.
Erin yes, Erin no.
So how about we make this real quick, Red Blood? Take her up to Tiffany now.
I can't. I'm empty.
What? Lots of stuff on the screen right now. Good. Thank goodness it's Electo and not Tisiphone. I always have a lot of trouble with Tisiphone. Alright, made it with minutes to spare. Could have made it with one higher heat too. But just having cleared an Erebus gate counts towards stuff in the journal, so... You know, you gotta...
Moment, Father.
Yeah, spent all my money. Should probably keep the Chaos Egg, it still has leveling to do anyway. Cosmic Act, rather. I don't know what selecting it there does, but...
So much for Tartarus.
Okay, if Chaos could appear once more, just to, you know, keep rolling that dice on either finding that last fish I want in the Chaos area or getting that last boon. Oh, hey!
My keepsake from Chaos will protect me.
Nice to see you.
In the name of Hades. What about these?
Well, well, well. This is always so nice.
Don't fret, Your Majesty. I'll have him.
Thank goodness. I was particularly worried about the drunken strike being very common. Being very common. Well, was a common level boon, and that's... You like bombs? Yeah, I look forward to the smaller areas where this weapon is gonna be especially dangerous.
Gods grant me strength. What, seriously? Not enough coin.
Right. We're not doing so well in terms of money right now. I really shouldn't be doing this stuff at all.
No time to lose. Go, Sisyphus. Ahoy,
Sadly, we couldn't meet him in person this time, but...
Useless.
It's no use.
We could try to go for more money or get more boons, and my money, haha, is on more boons. I guess the Barge of Death. Should be decent for this weapon at least. Ooh, the wave makers, we don't like these. I'm not really used to Zeus's call at all. It's just not really my thing. It doesn't make you immune, it's not very precise, just generally doesn't really speak to me. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, fine. Duo is not gonna show up again in the nearby future, I'd assume. We can always get jolted later. This makes our cast even more of a powerhouse than it already is, so... Oh no! Already a Death Defy? Very sloppy. Ah, right. Oh, actually, not right. I thought this was the room where the power couple hangs out, like that Cyclops head and the Medusa. But no. Well, I shouldn't call it the Medusa. That's mean to Medusa. The Gorgon. The Gorgon head. Should remember to empower these shots. Okay, that's the Chaos Boon finally completed. I do have some money. I could go and spend that, I guess.
Moving right along. Should come in useful. What else we got? Poseidon won't mind.
It was a bit of a risky decision because the duo boon only affects the cast now, but an epic, an epic on the special. Couldn't really say no to that, although it might have been dumb. I love how big of a bite you can take out of these bosses' health bars with just the special here. Pretty crazy how much damage this thing can do. Whoop.
I'm empty. Who needs a neck anyway?
Okay, oh. Man.
Not so fast. Not yet. I can't.
Well, that was
Bashing heads for now.
oh hey, we've ranked up the Cosmic Egg. Good. That was not exactly a clean run of the Asphodel Meadows, though.
They're already expecting you up in Elysium.
Poor me.
I mean, I would make a Chaos Gate spawn, but I guess I'm just gonna bank on our friend Patrick appearing. And if he does not, I guess that's a big old shame. We need to continue his story anyway, so it would be really nice of him to show up. I would go for Hermes, but I think the health is more necessary right now, considering the state we're in. Oh yeah, this is one thing I really like about this weapon, is it deals with the shield guys pretty nicely. Like, yeah, what's the shield gonna do against a huge explosion on your head, my dude? Let's upgrade a boon, I suppose.
Stay dead.
Oh, one thing I should actually try is the extra stage to the Hades battle. you can actually upgrade extreme measures to include an extra phase to the Hades boss fight, and well, I would like to see that.
I'll take this one.
Probably shouldn't be taking any more risks, even though I have plenty of time. Yeah, let's try to be a bit more cautious. And use our cast since we have it. Once I deal with lots of smaller enemies, I start to forget I even have a cast. Yeah, this is a very low tier aspect, I'd say.
That's something.
Well, well, how can I say no to Dionysus? Aha!
I accept all challenge.
I don't know how I managed to shoot one to the left there, but...
Recharge already.
Really, yes. Oh, those were all miss. It's a good thing this thing recharges so quickly.
Enough. I yield.
I got him. Hello there, Dionysus.
Oh, hey, let's see, man. I am thinking that this time around, this smattering of my concoctions ought to do you right.
Suppose we'll go for it.
That might.
Would have been nice to have it earlier, but alright, if we could get the spread shot right now, that would give some value to this run. Because we still haven't found Chaos' legendary boon yet.
Can't do that.
Well, should remember to manually reload since empowered.
The rails hit it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to wonder if that was a good idea considering the reduced ammo, but hey, the prophecy finally. Just getting to fulfill a prophecy makes it all worth it. I feel so validated right now. Oh, getting pretty busy here. Well, what it makes up for in what it lacks in accuracy, I do have to say, I do appreciate that the that the call from Zeus actually hits such a wide area. Thank goodness. I know that skipping the dual boon is skipping the trial, that is kind of a bad call usually, but getting my Death Defiances back gives me a fighting chance. So let's have a chat with Pat.
So damned obstinate.
Forgive me, stranger, for, in retrospect, I was too terse after you told me what became of my Achilles. Tales of his climactic battle I had heard. The stuff about his ashes and my own, that was all new.
No need to even ask forgiveness, sir. Achilles is one of my closest friends, but he doesn't care to talk about himself, about those times. It must be very painful for the both of you.
Oh, we've all seen our share of pain by now. But knowing that he cared for me in the end, after the end, it dulls the feeling of it for a bit. As do these conversations, I guess.
Thanks for this.
Hopefully they can be together again, but this is it feels like we still need many more conversations before this goes where I need it to go. Basically what we would need to unlock probably is just like the Sisyphus and just like the Sisyphus and Eurydice and all that. But we need... I keep losing my train of thought because these things keep driving at me with their explosions. Wow, got hit anyway.
Just in time.
Should just strike him from a distance with the bomb. The bomb. Actually, can't you buy an exclusive special item in this area that makes the flame wheels go away? I should actually consider doing that. Ow.
You racing against time to keep things interesting or what there, boss? Turns out that time goes pretty quick. I like racing against it too.
That's goat speed, all right. Got it. I got a call. Sure, why not?
But it feels like I have a lot of time to spare. So let's do it. Because it's a heal also, let's not forget that. Though if I use my Deathify, it will not have been worth it. That's important to keep in mind. Okay, I did not use the Deathify. Okay. Good heal, good heal.
Might as well.
So this one is a little scary because it's gonna...
Alright then.
It's gonna affect the boss battle, most likely. I'm not particularly happy about that. It's gonna weaken my cast, but the thing is, this build doesn't really revolve around its cast, so I can live with that.
Smooth sailing, little Hades.
Cheers, mate.
Ooh, the extra move speed I got from Hermes is quite good.
Ready yourself, Asterius, my friend, for our most hated enemy has come to challenge us again before this loving crowd.
I don't understand this place at all. How is it you're still champion after all this time? After losing repeatedly and often, I mean.
What would you know of it? There's more, much more to being a champion than empty victories. It is a way of thought, a bearing, a certain dignity which you shall never have.
Ow.
Quit it with your writhing there, Hellspawn. Look out, Asterius!
I need to be wary of those attacks. Well, there goes the Death Defy again. I do like their fixed friendship now.
Gods of Olympus, I shall stop this monster!
Whoop. Oh, please, not another Death Defy.
Finally. Hope you enjoyed the show, my good Shade.
Well, that was a bit nerve-wracking again.
Cerberus is patiently at work instead of resting here.
Let's see here.
Last time I actually needed it, so I won't feel too bad about bringing it.
Any boons worth giving up? I'm short of coin. I'm almost to the top. Check.
Getting all those extra bounties is pretty sweet. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. How much time do we have? That's kind of a scary thing to think about. 15 minutes. Alright. Should be plenty. Depends, I guess, on if we find the Satyr Sack early or not. But honestly, I already completed the prophecy, so there's this run is always gonna be good in my eyes. Though I will be a little sad if we lose importance. If we don't actually win, lose importance. Stuff. What am I talking about? Should use my special way more in scenarios like this. Oh, the chaos thing is still ongoing, huh? Sturdy thing, I have to say.
Not yet.
Yeah, I couldn't give up that dual boon, to be honest. That would have been tragic.
Chaos has been lifted.
Ah, thank goodness that's done.
Can't quite get acclimated to this smell.
Our max life is quite high, which is good. Being able to take an extra couple of hits is always appreciated. Even if I find the Satyr Sack here, I might make a detour for Athena just because she could replenish our Death-defying. Could also be a really terrible mistake, but who knows, right? It's all about taking them risks. Plus, it would be really lucky if I found it after two rooms twice in a row. But it could happen.
Not yet.
I would have been upset if I almost killed all the enemies in one go, and then the one Satyr got a hit in on me. Oh, well. Quite lucky.
Should I go fight some satyrs or get out of here?
Should accept more boons, I guess.
Business. How about another?
Suppose I will... Since I have so much time left, I will at least see if I can get another Death-defy back. If I lose a Death-defy or a lot of health here, that will be hubris at its worst, but... What can I say? I had to give it a shot, right? I hate that poison, by the way. Yeah, just stand still and shake poison on me. Keep trying, keep trying. I shouldn't forget that those purple Charon shop wells also. Could give us our Death-defy back, so it's not like Athena is our only opportunity. Though she is our best opportunity because she gives it for free. And adds a benefit to the Death-defies on top of that. Because she's just that cool. Whoa. I thought I was carefully dancing around the poison like a pro. But I was not. The reduced range is a problem, I have to say. I should remember that the special has deflect, so any enemy that dares get into the area, and it'll also stop projectiles. That's kind of a vital thing, especially with enemies like this, who love shooting annoying projectiles. Okay, I am losing more health than I would like. Oh boy, I feel a bit confused here. A bit overwhelmed.
Lady Athena.
Keep fighting, peasant.
Guess it's up to interpretation whether that was worth it or not.
quite enough here, thanks.
Alright, we don't have much health, but we got an extra Deathify, so we're not really in a very different situation from before.
The fearsome Cerberus accept.
Alright, let's see if we can beat Hades one more time.
Bye for now, boy. Father.
Again, you draw me from all my responsibilities back at the house.
I mean, yeah.
Not yet.
Well, there goes the first Deathify already. Yeah, getting him with those attacks is all about timing it. Because he does need to stand still a while after doing certain attacks. Got out of that one just in time. Yeah, the DPS is not that good, sadly.
Do you feel your blood beginning to boil?
Plan to handle this yourself. Like that?
Alright.
Let's see you deal with this.
Oh, I don't know how I managed to mess that up so badly, but...
Blasted little.
Oh, gotta watch out for that one on the left there, yep.
Get out. You brought this on yourself.
Uh-oh.
Not so fast.
You're bleeding, boy. Yes, Olympus smite you. No more.
Once again, we absolutely needed the Skelly Tooth. Whoops. And we could actually lose here if we're not careful. Once again, one just barely. Wait.
You think that you're the only one who shall keep fighting? I'll get you yet.
Got you. By my father's name.
Still no fishy here? That is a bit disappointing, to be honest. Would have liked me some fishy, but...
Horned creatures are familiar to Zagreus, having fought countless satyrs and the like. But he discovers this time that not even satyrs possess the sheer, ferocious power of a startled mountain goat.
Death by mountain goat? Alright then. That's one way to go, I guess.
Thank you everyone, you're too kind.
Oh, hope you enjoy yours.
Congratulations, boy.
Prince, let your instincts take over while you're out there.
Oh, hi, we'll have to catch up in the lounge sometime, huh, Prince?
Well, that's just standard conversations, no plot progression on much of this.
The house is well enough.
Cerberus is comfy.
Your mother expected this.
Oh hey, you have something to
How
say.
are you and Chaos getting on lately, Nex? Sounds like they expected an awful lot from you before. That you should shine as bright as day, something like that. I can't imagine.
To shine was never quite my strongest suit. During the dawn of creation, there was much to do. This place, all that you see around you, it was more my leaning. Chaos understands that better now. As for me, the work helped me to know which limits I have.
What limits are those? You seem capable of anything. Probably even shining bright.
Come, child. We each have our limits.
Not me.
Hypnos give you any good pointers lately?
Here, you can have these, Chef. Till next time.
Why would you ever give up blood for a couple of gemstones? That just seems like a really bad deal, to be honest. But hey, you know what's really good? We managed to complete one of those long-standing prophecies.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Which is good. Very good. Still leaves many more to do, but each step forward is a step forward. Right, I did say that if nothing unusual was gonna come up. My microphone is just... I need one of those new standards to put it on, because it's drifting away from me. But yeah, I did say I would give the 32 heat run another shot, so I guess we shall do that. But with which weapon?
Grant me the aspect of Poseidon.
That's another aspect revealed. I'm not sure if we want this though. As good as it is to have. Okay, let's check if Poseidon is checked off now. Like, is it enough that we've unlocked it? It is, okay. Then there are just 2 more weapon aspects to reveal. But yeah, I'm not sure which weapon I want this time.
Care to join me out there? Chiron.
If I can upgrade this to a higher level, that would be even better.
Alright, I'm ready.
Oh, alright, let's see here. I feel like having a damage over time to start with is really important. Which means we need our buddy Dio. Alright, let's see. We did have a list of possible things. Let's see. Yeah, of course, this list isn't the be-all end-all. They say these are the easiest ones, but
That's as bad as this gets.
This might not be completely correct what I did here, but 32 heat, let's try it again.
What's the worst that could happen?
Looks like this.
Cheers, mate.
Really wish it would have been a higher rarity one, but I'm also thinking tight deadline is not gonna be the thing for. Oh hey, Erebus Gate. And Chaos Gate too. Well, if I want to win, I think Chaos might be better in this situation.
What do we have here?
But that's extra health. No, let's go for Chaos.
Let's see what else.
Entirely expected. If that is your desire, you shall have it done.
I'm a little bit worried about the extra foes, because we already have many extra foes. Oh, hey, Thomas, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the resubscribe. Wow. 32 heat is always a kick in the rear, that's for sure. Wow. I feel like I should just give up. This run is a loss. I don't know what it is about this combination of enemies, but I just can't get through them. We just completed 2 runs too. Well, that was dreadful. As for, well, aside from the game, in which I'm doing quite terribly, I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
You seem in dire need.
Is my hair sticking up?
Should go for the darkness because it's a heal, although I don't really know if it matters at this point. Oh. Well.
Hit the spot.
Tungudu just came back from driving lessons. Okay, how did it go?
That's a relief.
Am I up for some Valheim? Definitely is Wise still available. Went well. That's great to hear. Great to hear. Yeah, not gonna get through this. Whoop. Imagine getting killed by a numbskull, though. Turns out I was the real numbskull all along.
Back again.
Ooh, looks like one of those little numbskulls took a big old bite right out of you back there. I guess they got you, huh? Maybe if you weren't quite so tasty, they'd leave you alone. And so would I.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye.
Right, Heat 32 might be a ways off.
Just please be careful where you go after you eat all this time, okay, Serby?
Oh.
You are consorting with the severed Gorgon head, my child. Despite my wishes that you maintain respectful distances between yourselves.
She's my friend, Nyx. Look, I love you very much. You know I do, except you cannot choose my friends for me. I can't allow that. I know you don't trust her. Don't you trust me?
I do. Then very well. But understand that your relationship with her does not preclude the need for her continual improvement with respect to her responsibilities.
She'll be fine. No one works harder than Dusa.
The pomegranate trees are coming in nicely still. The tough old things.
I must say, it's nice having some music in my life again, and hopefully in yours.
Yeah, I guess I have to think about what to take for the next run. But we're gonna do Valheim, so I'm not gonna... Maybe the fists again.
Let's test the bond between us.
It's alright, so we're gonna do... Is the plan to do some...
Bye, everyone.
Valheim now? Is Wise available?
Waste not your time, though it is limitless. Busy yourself in doing things of use. Learn. Learn how to learn. I cannot teach you everything myself.
You taught me that, at least.
It's gonna be a...
All right.
Nice.
Hit me.
The of your visits here over the course of time is present, son of Hades.
I guess the fates won't let me try that here.
Anyways, then if we're all ready to do Valheim, then it is time for... Alright, I'm gonna call I'm gonna end this part of the stream here, and we'll be back with Valheim. See you in a bit.